Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Dallas Stars franchise mode here in NHL 20. So in last episode, we started up the offseason with the draft and the re-sign stage, and we decided to let go of quite a bit of players just because we should be starting to build this team more about chemistry, because as of lately, we haven't been simulating like a good team, so I'm kind of going through a bit of a retooling phase in terms of trying to get this team back to being good chemistry. So there is quite a bit of free agents we need to sign, and I wrote down a little list of who I'm going to go after just based on chemistry alone, and we'll see how our team looks for the start of the season and all that. So we're going to switch this to UFAs quickly just because we're only going for UFAs. So the first guy we're going to be going after is a left winger, and that is going to be Jeff Sanderson. Now, I could went with somebody like Hayduk or Eliash, but these guys don't really match our system that well. Well, Sanderson, I think, matched our top line is what I was looking at. Yeah, he matches our first line, and he also matches our penalty kill lines. So we're going to play him probably on the top line alongside of with Wong and Zador maybe, and move Medano down to the second line. I don't know. We'll see how it works, but we'll definitely sign Jeff Sanderson. Could be a pretty good fit probably for this team. We're not going to give him a multi-year deal, and we're going to just raise the price up to 6.5. That way we should get him unless he wants to go to a team that wins more, like the Philadelphia Flyers. We're also going to bring in a center. Let me just get to the centers. I didn't want to go to all, god damn it. So there is a center I wanted to bring in, which is Jan Hrdina. He's an 81 overall, and he's only 28. And he matches our fourth line, it says, but I would be playing more on the third line. And then he also matches our special teams, so he could be a penalty killer for us, which is good. So we'll bring in Hrdina for 1 year as well. And we'll give him 3.250, and he should sign. And then we also need a third line left winger. And the one I was going to go after is a guy that we literally just let go of in last episode, and that is Sergei Brylin, because Sergei Brylin matches our third line perfectly well. Nothing else, but we'll play him on the third line this year. And yeah, hopefully that helps us out. So 1 year at 2.55. We also needed another right winger I was looking at, and this one is going to probably be replacing somebody like Vorobiev. We are going to go for Mr. I think his name was Elliot. Yeah, Elliot House. He's a right winger, right-handed shot. He matches our second line in our penalty killing unit. So this guy might eventually play on that second line. Like I might have Drake play the third line or something instead. I don't know, but we're just going to bring in this guy anyways, just in case. Can never go wrong with too much free agent signings. And then in terms of our defensive ones we need, actually there was another forward we needed, which I was looking at for potentially a fourth line role. That is if we play him over Martinson, and he was, where is he? Let me sort by alphabetical because it's easier probably to get to, because I can't remember what his overall was. I think it was a 79. So he could be a pretty good fit. I think he was supposed to meet our fourth line requirements and like our penalty killing unit, which is pretty good. I think I showed you guys briefly at the end of last episode. Where are you, Macaulay? I know you're around here. You should be almost there. Macaulay. And we are... Oh, there he is. No, that's not him. That's the other one. Where the heck is he? Did I miss him? Maybe he's not a center. Let's actually just go to forwards and sort by role, because he was listed as a depth forward. I don't know why I haven't found him yet. Or did I already offer him a contract? That would be retarded if I did. And sorry if I just said the R word. There he is. It's Macaulay, not Macaulay. Okay. 26 years old, 79 overall, depth forward. And yeah, he looks pretty solid. And as you can see, he probably matches our bottom six, which is good. And as well as you can see during the last 2 seasons, he's been pretty solid. He played in Czech Republic last year and Vancouver. And he put up a decent amount of points. And it seems to be like a solid producer. So we're going to bring him in. And we're probably going to give him a multi-year deal. Yeah, I'll give him a 2-year deal. And I will give you, actually, yeah, 2 years just in case. And we'll bump that up to $4 million. Yeah, I think he might end up playing in the NHL for sure, like on that fourth line at least. Okay, so that is all our forward signings. Now, defensively, we need some players. Quite a bit of signings to go through. So we are going to sign, I think it was Maxim Galanov, even though he's not really a good base overall. He does match all our defensive units, so we're going to sign him just in case. And we're going to give him 3 mil. And then we also need 2 more defensemen, I think it was. So I am going to sign, who was it that I was going to sign for Dan? It was on the top 6, I was going to sign Stanislav. I don't want to say his last name because it kind of resembles something else. So we're going to give him 1 year. And yeah, hopefully he signs with us. And then we're going to sign Hentonen, who's a younger defenseman that's still available. Like, there's a lot of young guys available in free agency. Hentonen is only 25 as a UFA. He's more of a defensive defenseman, but he's got some solid passing stats, it looks like. So we're going to bring him in as well. And he matches our top 4, so he might be a top 4 defenseman for us this season. We're going to give him a multi-year deal just because he's only 25. Can't go wrong with that. He won't retire. And then I think that is it for the signings is what we need. Yep. So those are the ones we're going to make. Hopefully all those guys sign with us, and hopefully our chemistry is better for next season. If not, we might make some trades early on in the season to try and get the chemistry back to being like really good. Like, I don't think it has been really good since we won a cup, maybe. So let's just go a couple days to see if we get those guys, and then we will sim a month at a time and see who signs where. I'd still like to get some of the season done in this episode. So Hartford has acquired 2 firsts from Russia for Andrew Castles in a third. So that's a pretty big haul for the Hartford Whalers. Oh yeah, our coaches are just recent. Oh wait, the coach we offered in last episode, or yeah, it was the last episode I think, has assigned. So we got our associate coach for the minors. And no, I'm not making any trade involving Wells. No, thank you. So Herdina has accepted, Nikar has accepted, Breland has accepted, Galanov, Hentonen, Howes, McCauley, and Jeff Sanderson. So we did get all, I think, of those guys, which is great. Let's go to August the 1st, and then we'll take a look at what signings happened around the league. But yeah, that was a pretty busy free agency. Hopefully a lot of those guys end up being good fits for this lineup. Like I said, if they aren't for some reason, then we might make some changes. And we do have some of our RFAs just signing now for the AHL. There you go, Michovsky. We need 2 more RFAs, I think, still. Yeah, there's 1, and there should be at least 1 more that's re-signing with us. Now, Finland has acquired 2 seconds for Jani Niinema and a 6th. Interesting. Good pickup for Ottawa, because Niinema was kind of an underrated defender. And we're nearly near the end of July. Koivunen is accepted for the AHL as well. And there's another trade. Kim Johnson in a 3rd and a 6th head to Chicago for 2 seconds. Okay. So let's see what signings happened and if there was any other trades other than those ones. But yeah, if we have too much forwards and stuff like that, we could just make some like trades and stuff next episode maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we'll make trades in this episode, but we might make some in next. So Ty Domi as well was traded to the Calgary Flames, okay. So signing-wise, I'm not going to read them all out, but big name ones like Artur Zerbe to Vancouver, I think he actually played there at one point. Any other big ones? There should be at least a couple. Joseph heads to Finland. So Curtis Joseph's been in both multiple European teams, which is interesting. Former player Cam Stewart signs in Russia. Looks like a lot of these guys are not even real players right now. Thomas Vokoun, our former player in Calgary Flame for only 1 year, signs in Tampa Bay for 6 years. Hopefully that helps out Tampa Bay because I don't think they've made the playoffs that much. I could be wrong with that, but I don't think they have. So that's interesting. Winnipeg matched the offer sheet. I guess Vancouver is trying to offer sheet somebody. Yuri Karlotti in Germany, not even a big name, but I don't know why I read it. Yeah, a lot of these guys are not even real. And Ed Belfour signs a 1-year deal in Florida. So this is pretty realistic because he did go there right at the end of his career and he retired with the Florida Panthers. So, well, actually from the NHL, and then he also played in the SHL for 1 year, but still, that's kind of funny because this could be his last year in the NHL, and that's why he signed only a 1 year deal. But good for Florida to pick up a veteran like him. Not let him rot. He's probably going to go into the minors or something, though, because he could drop off. Geez, there's a lot of signings and not a lot of big name ones. Jason Bowen, our former player, signs in Anaheim, just in case you guys wanted to know where he went. Craig Simpson in New Jersey. Yeah, there is a lot of just, it looks like RFAs mainly. Like, not a lot of these guys were ones I made. These ones are mostly guys that were, like, draft picks and stuff like that. Like, a lot of guys started to hold out, it looks like. A lot of 1 year deals. And we're nearly near the bottom, finally. Frederick Reina in Sweden, okay. The other big ones. Rob DeMaio in Ottawa. Yanni Ogin in Montreal. Chris Draper signing in Montreal, that's kind of weird. And we are nearly near the bottom. Brian Merchman in Philadelphia. Jan Halavich in Washington. Drake Brahowski in Philadelphia. And Kusera in Pittsburgh. So, yeah, not a lot of big name free agents, I don't think, this year. And that's probably why there hasn't been a lot. I don't even know if we're going to check in a month. Yeah, we probably won't because usually near the end of the month, it's, the month of August, there's no big signings. So, yeah, we're just going to go probably right to free agency and set up our team. Roman Hamrlik has been dealt to the Boston Bruins. So that's a pretty big trade for Tampa Bay. Looks like they're trying to go through a bit of a rebuild, and as well, they added Vokun in the offseason, so that's kind of interesting. Any other big trades going to happen? I'm not any trade offers in the offseason until I know for a fact that our team needs those players or what. No, thank you. Any other trades or any... Well, there's probably not any big signings that we're going to check. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any more trades in August other than that one. Unless just a lot of no-name ones. Which is probably the case. And any other ones? No, there is no more. So let's just go... yeah, I'm going to make a jump cut and edit the lines quickly. Go over them briefly, and then we'll get into the season simulation because I want to get some of this with. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so we finally got our lines done after like me of doing this for 15 minutes straight. So anyways, our top line has a good +3 chemistry boost. We got Sidor, Wong, and Sanderson. Medano is going to be playing on the second line with Lundell and Keith Drake. Third line, Clancy's going to make the NHL, and he has also a +3 overall thing because of this line. He's playing with Herdina and Breland. And also Wells is going to make the NHL on the fourth line, playing with McCauley and Elliott Howes. Now, as for defensemen, we got Hatcher in Nakar, which is a +3 overall thing as well. Hentunen and Lindback, so that's a pretty good pairing. And Galanov and Lachance. Unfortunately, we have no +5 overall boosts, but this is still pretty good. In terms of our goaltending, obviously it's still Nabokov and Simic. And scratched-wise, currently we have Vorobiev and Taves who are there. I did have to send down our fourth liner in Martinson. I am going to probably call him up, though, because we might be making a trade and get rid of David Vaborny because he doesn't really fit anywhere on this team at the moment, especially in the line where he would be the best fit. So we're going to try and trade him. We should be able to, and then we'll call up Martinson as a depth guy in case. Okay, so we're going to probably get at least 2 months of simulation done in this episode, but let's first get rid of Vaborny, just because Vaborny is not the fit here, and we don't want to use him as a depth guy because it just doesn't make sense in real life. So Vaborny is a right winger, and that's there. Actually, I want to go find trade, not this screen. I want to see what I could get for Vaborny. He's got 1 year left. He should be one of those guys that we could be able to flip to a championship team. We are still listed as a champion, which is good, so it could be because of our chemistry boosts. So David Vaborny, where are you? There you are. Let's see what we could find for you. So find trade. And we got a couple offers. some that might actually help us out defensively. One is a prospect in the 3rd and 4th, which I might want to do over these NHLers. Yeah, a lot of them are veterans that I don't want. I might take a look at this Rangers trade, but let me just take a quick look at Eric Desjardins, because if he matches our system, maybe we want to kind of get rid of another defenseman. Because Eric Desjardins, oh, he's got 3 years left, so yikes. He does match our penalty killing and top 6, but yeah, I'm not paying him that. Let me go find trade offers again. Oh, why did it have to go all the way back to that screen? But yeah, that Patrick guy we drafted in last episode also has already made the AHL, so that guy could be the real deal. Okay, so the offer, yeah, I think I might do this Rangers one, because this guy might not be in the NHL yet, this Ewan guy. He's a 4th liner and 20 years old. Does he match our system really? No, he doesn't, I don't think at the moment, but I still think I'll accept this and let this guy play in the AHL, because he's only 20. Yeah, we're going to accept this deal. Thank you, New York, for the trade. And yeah, we're going to put Ewan in the minors and call up Martinson, because I would rather use Martinson as a depth guy because Ewan's younger. Martinson's only like 25, so I wanted to play Martinson this year, but unfortunately, because we signed Macaulay's a better fit in that spot, so we're going to go here, call up Martinson, and we're going to send down Ewan. And then Ewan is going to play up there, probably on like the top line in the AHL. Okay, so we don't want to go best lines here. We want to go to here and go best lines down there. And okay. Who's scratched? Nobody scratched. Okay, good. Defense should be good as well. That I do not like, though. That is not good. And actually, we want to maybe down here. There we go. That's better. Yeah, because Thompson's more of a depth guy for the NHL if we call him up. But yeah, I think we are good to go. Let's start up the season simulation, because I do not know how long this episode's been going for, because I was taking so long with the line changes. So let's go. I think we're probably going to go to January the 1st. And yeah, we're just going to try and get there as fast as possible. See how our team simulates, and hopefully with all these chemistry boosts, this team starts doing better than they have done in previous seasons. Because if they do, maybe that's the main reason why we've been kind of struggling as of late. I think it is probably the reason, because you have to have a good chemistry-based team to win a cup usually. Because when we won the cup in year number 2, I think it was, I don't remember how good our chemistry was, but it probably was better than it has been the last few seasons. Apparently Henton was injured, but he's back already. I don't really care how our preseason is, as long as these young guys produce well. Like Clancy, he's making the NHL straight out of junior, which is pretty good for a former 4th round pick, I think he was. I'm hoping he has a really good season, because he's on that 3rd line. He has some power play time as well, so that should be good. Okay, and we go 4-2 in the preseason, so not too bad. Let's go 1 month at a time here, see how we simulate. We might not even leave this screen until we get all the seasons simulated so far, well, the 3 months, just because I want to kind of go through this quickly, and then we could take a look at our player stats and team stats and maybe adjust for next episode, as well as maybe look at the trading block just to see what's out there in case we need to make any trades. So 2-1 so far. We're scoring a decent amount of goals, it looks like, which is good. Game against St. Louis is a 4-3 overtime win. Okay. Pretty solid start, 3-1. As long as we can keep that up all year round. 4-1 now. This team seems to be doing better than they normally are, because like normally we start the season kind of like 500-ish, and then we kind of just like drop the ball completely near the end and just barely make the playoffs. So we want to have a pretty consistent year if possible. Game against Boston, 5-2 win, nicely done, and a 7-2 win. Yeah, the offense is definitely doing really well. It could be the power play unit, because the first power play unit had a +3 chemistry boost. And we lose back-to-back games, which is not good. Can we get wins here, please? Oh, man, Henchinen's been injured. I think we'll just put in our depth defender. Which, oh yeah, we have Taves scratched as well, because he might not pan out and he doesn't really fit our system that well. I mean, I could technically trade him, but... So we are 8-3, 0-1 so far. So that's actually a really good start. Normally we start like 8 and 7, but that is a good start. Let's go another month. Like I said, I think we're going to January the 1st, and then we'll take a look and see how we are performing around the league and all that. Because I want this team to be a team that could get past the first round, because like we've probably haven't made the past the first round or actually to like the conference finals at all since like our time when we won the Stanley Cup. Halvardson for Schmelik, no thank you. I don't really want to upgrade our defense just yet. But I am probably going to be making some trades, I think, this year because I want to find some players that are better fit for our team. But like our chemistry is so good. We might be fine the way we are. Who knows? So Taves actually does fit on that top 4 pairing. How was he in those games? +5, no points in 15 penalty minutes. How was Henton in that spot? 1 goal in 11 games, only a +1. I don't know if I want to use Henton in his depth or not. You know what? We're going to use Henton in his depth for now, I think. And as long as, let's just check the other lines that Henton was on, which I don't think was much. Yeah, I don't think he really affects our team that well. So we'll just put Taves in there still for a while. And if we drop a bunch of games, maybe we'll put in Henton in. There's the loss to the Czech Republic, 2-0. Game against Pittsburgh. Since there's no morale on anyways, it's fine to have an 80-something scratched even. Game against Czech Republic again. Can we beat them this time? It's a long simulation, and we beat them 2-1. So we're having some good defensive games, but ones where we don't score a lot either. But we are simulating way better than we have done in previous years to start the year, which is great. But usually we try and drop off near the end of the season, so hopefully we can just keep this up in the next half of the season as well. We lose to St. Louis 4-1. Game against Hartford coming up, who had, I think, the first overall pick last year, right? Or one of them. We beat them 4-3, Washington. We lose to them in overtime. Rangers in LA left this month. We win 5-1, nicely done. And last game of the month against LA Kings, who are 500, is another win. So we are 16-6-3 pretty much, which is really good. We're top of our division. Yeah, this team is simulating well. Let's go one more month, just because I don't know how long this episode is going. And then I'll take a look at player stats and see how we are doing in terms of simulating. And yeah, hopefully next episode we don't have to make too much changes to this team. So we lose to Toronto, we lose to Winnipeg, that's not good. And we lose to the Oilers. Okay, let me just make some subtle changes quickly, because that was a 3-game losing streak, which we hadn't had yet this season. And we dropped down to the wildcard spot because of that. Looks like our top line is producing well, but let's go to edit lines quickly. And we're going to take out Taves again. Just because he's a +8 though. That's pretty good. Any minus lines? +17, -8. Oh, it's that top 6 pairing. Yeah, it's probably the top 6. But I don't know if Henton would fit here over Galanov. Let's see. No, he makes it a -1. Or maybe we put him instead of Lachance. Maybe Lachance is the problem. No, that doesn't work either. Yikes. Okay, so maybe that top 6 pairing needs to be changed around for some trades or something, because they don't seem to be working well together. We're going to keep Taves in just because of the fact that he's playing pretty good defensive hockey. It seems to be more the top 6 pairings, so maybe we want to upgrade that at the trade deadline a bit. So yeah, let's get to the end of this month, and then we'll take a look at player stats so far. And there's 4 games that we lose in a row. And 5 games. Yikes, this team is dropping a bunch of games now. Like I said, we normally start off kind of okay, but then we kind of win some games and then we lose a lot. But right now, this team is dropping the ball completely. There's a tie, so not even 2 points there. Yikes, okay, we need to make some damn line changes. And Clancy's been injured too, god damn it. Let's go edit lines. Yeah, we might actually end the episode right around here because this team is starting to drop off a lot. Vorobiev could go in here. He actually fits that line well, so that's good that we signed him. And we will put in Vorobiev as well on the power play, I guess. as a top, like as a defenseman kind of. And then in terms of, let's just see, what is it? Is it this pairing only? Yeah, it's definitely this pairing. Because Lachance was literally just a -6, now he's a -10. Oh, and Taze is only a +2 now. Yeah, we're letting in way too many goals as of late. Top pairing's fine. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to end the episode around here. So we definitely need to make some changes to the top 6. Because it seems like that's our main problem right now. Actually, Nabokov hasn't been that good. And Simic's been playing more games? What? Huh. Yeah, our goaltending hasn't been that great either. Clancy was playing... he wasn't playing the greatest. Is there any of our forwards that are not doing that well either? Yeah, our third line was minus. And our fourth line as well. So yeah, it seems like our bottom 6 is the main problem right now. Okay, so let's take a look at our player stats. There's another loss too. That's that. Damn, we're just dropping the ball as of late. But we are still in the wild card spot, which is good, but we just dropped a lot. Let's take player stats so far. Just briefly take a look at who's been doing what. And then we'll take a look at the trading block and stuff like that. So let's go to forwards first. So yeah, our top 6, which is pretty much everybody, these guys, are all plus. Then you get into our bottom 6, and everybody is all minus. So we definitely need to change up something with our bottom 6, I think. And then defensively, our top 2 is good for plus minus. And Lindback's good because he's on the power play unit, I think. But Galanov, Lachance are not that good. Taze and Hentonen have been okay. And yeah, our goaltending hasn't been the greatest. Let's take a quick look at the AHL as well. Okay, it seems like, wow, that Ewan guy's really good in terms of point production. Okay, that's good. Let's also quickly, like I was saying, just quickly take a look at the stats, see if we're letting in way too much, which I think we are. In goals for per game, we are not scoring enough even, apparently, in our division. And we're allowing way too much. 3.42, that's one of the worst in our division. How's our power play? 14.6, that's not the greatest. And our penalty kill, yeah, our penalty kill is the main problem. 72.3%. So, yeah, our penalty kill lines might need to change as well. Let's take a quick look at what's on trading block, and then that'll be it for this episode, because like I feel like this episode's getting close to 30 minutes or over 30 minutes. Okay, so trading block. Just in case we want to make some changes to our penalty kill unit, pick up like a good penalty killer. So there are some guys available. I'll let you guys see if there's anybody available. I'll probably look myself afterwards. Who's that Modine guy? Oh, it's a goalie, okay. Thought that was a forward. Pitlick, I don't know if any of these guys would even be good for us. Like, a lot of these guys are in their 70s. Sean McEachern has too much term, but he would be interesting. Nielsen, that's a good goalie in Hartford. Smelik, some good defensemen. Yeah, there's a lot of good defenders out there, but a lot of them have really bad contracts. That's the only problem. And some bottom 6 potential guys. Eckford's a goalie. Doesn't seem like really anything interesting. Like, well, maybe somebody like Brian Marchment would be okay. They did just sign him. And he does fit our penalty killing unit. He might be a good guy to bring in instead of, like, Lachance. And get rid of Lachance, bring in Marchment. I don't know. Berehowski was signed way too long term, and Modry's got a lot of contract as well. Some more prospect kind of guys. Peter Nedved's got 2 years, though. He'd be interesting, but I don't know if he'd even match our system. Yeah, apparently he does. Igor Korolev has too many years as well. Same with Ulf Dahlin. Galvin, no thank you. Darren Turcotte, 1 year left. He could be a solid third liner, but it doesn't look like he matches our system that well. Toronto has Adam Burt available. That's another solid top 6, and he does fit all of our penalty killing unit. So he might be one of those guys to bring in as well. Adam Burt and whoever the other dude I just said was. Racine, maybe. Racine does fit our top 6, our top 4 as well, and our power play unit. So we do have some options to make for some trades. If you guys see anything available that did match our system, that looks good. Marcus Naslin's enticing, but he's got a little bit of term, but he still could be pretty good. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of our Dallas Stars franchise mode. So in next episode, we will maybe make some trades because we have been dropping the ball as of lately. Like to start this month, out of curiosity wise, we have not won a single game. We are currently 0-7-1, I think. Yeah, 0-7-1 to start this month. So something needs to happen to get this team to win more games. It's good to stop it around now so that way we don't lose more games than we need to. So give me some suggestions down below for some trades and I might do them. So let me know what you guys think and I'll see you guys next time.